man returning home on a deserted highway. It was late at night when a figure appeared on the side of the road, a figure that left him deeply frightened. Let's take a closer look. For some reason, he decided not to stop and kept driving forward. The person standing there seemed to be holding something in their hand, trying to get the man's attention, insisting that he stop the car. The question is, what would a person be doing standing alone in the middle of nowhere? The driver said the area is remote with no civilization nearby, which means the figure would have been standing in complete darkness, all alone. He truly believes he witnessed a supernatural presence. Her upper body is completely stiff, legs moving inhumanly fast and managing to keep pace with the person recording the video at high speed. Unfortunately, we don't have much more details on this than what the video caught. Mexico City police capture a terrifying-looking woman. They become frightened and flee the scene. Video goes viral.
A driver records with dashcam. What happens next, however, is beyond creepy.
What in the hell? I'm not crazy. That's a person. No, it's not. Oh my god. What in the hell? I'm not crazy. That's a person. No, it's not. Oh my god, it's eyes. Nope.
The headlights reveal a figure crawling on all fours across the empty desert road. It suddenly stands up, and we can then see everything. It's there. We can now behold a humanoid creature, but wrong. Something is wrong. Eyes glowing.
What in the hell? I'm not crazy. That's a person. No, it's not. Oh my god, it's eyes. Nope.
He was in the kitchen when suddenly things became paranormal very fast.
Whoa! Nobody's here?
This happened and left him shaken and confused. How do we explain something like this happening? The doors slammed open by an invisible force without anyone touching them. Maybe it was a prank or something else. If you thought you had seen it all, think again. This man captured some very strange activity in his home, going by the name Magical Poltergeist. This is what he captured.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's very, very crazy because I know because I have to clean. Yeah, if you could send help so I could have people like help me. Yeah, that would be nice. So I got a lot of work I gotta get done. Oh, shit. Yo, bro. Something just fell over there. That is crazy. That is freaking crazy, y'all. Something just sounded over there. Yeah. Ah, shit! Oh, shit! Bro! That thing just moved. I swear to God, that thing just moved, y'all. Huh? Told you.
tea was raining during the live broadcast on TV of the new pope. The cameras caught something extremely bizarre. His face appeared to warp and change, looking completely strange and inhuman. Could it have been an error in the broadcast, an optical illusion, or something else entirely? The following footage was captured by surveillance cameras in a factory, where a humanoid figure was seen passing by at high speed. Pay close attention to what was caught and see if you can spot it. A translucent blur passes by rapidly from one side to the other. Could this be a ghost that was caught on camera? What do you think? It happened during a dinner with friends. Everyone was together enjoying the evening. One of them decided to capture the moment forever by taking a photo. However, something very strange and disturbing appeared in the image. Let's take a closer look. There is someone sitting at the table with everyone else who doesn't match the appearance of any of the friends. A completely terrifying face appears in the background, and nobody could explain who or what it was. None of the friends recognized the person in the image. The figure was looking directly into the camera. Could that have really been a person, or was it some kind of supernatural entity? In our next clip, we have footage of a boy standing in the woods next to an odd creature. It appears to be covered in hair and does not try to run away. The person recording remains calm and continues filming this strange encounter. The entire situation was extremely bizarre, and many people are demanding answers. Captured in a mall after closing hours. The security guard on duty recorded this encounter with something strange. He heard noises and would capture moving shadows out of the corner of his vision. Then it happened. A figure peeked out and looked at him. Going over to check, there was nobody there. Close attention. There it is. It looks like a skull or some kind of ghoulish face staring back at you from the top of the phone. What do you make of this? A woman was enjoying the scenery of a mountain with her family. They were taking photos but caught some very unexpected. Pay attention to what happens. A bicycle with nobody on it passes in the background at high speed, at a far enough distance that we can see there was nobody pushing it. Following video went viral on the internet when a man posted his bizarre encounter. He was going home late at night when he notices a mysterious woman near a cemetery. The way she was dressed immediately stood out to him. She was dressed like a person who had appeared from a different era. She paid no attention to anything around her and just continued walking forward. This was highly unusual. A wax figure was captured on video moving its head. Visual trick or mystical phenomenon. The clip shows the figure turning its head slightly, sparking divided reactions on social media. Some believe it was an optical illusion or a technical glitch, while others interpreted it as a spiritual phenomenon. The museum has not issued an official statement, but the video has already garnered thousands of views and comments.
¡Ay, hijo de güey, qué pedo!
Take a look at this next super bizarre and terrifying video. It features something that will give you a chill down your spine. It is late at night and there is nobody out on the street at that hour yet. Look at this. There was a moving shadow of a person. There it was. The shadow looks like a female outline, and it moves around the fence as if someone was there, out on the other side and walking around. Yet, we see that there is nothing and nobody there.
He was rolling the camera at night and caught human-shaped shadows moving around. He caught on the video. This was his entire experience, documented on video in its full. Pay attention to this one carefully.
Lo voy a hacer en vivo porque luego dicen, ya me asustó el gato, luego dicen que es mentiras, pero miren, estoy acá afuera del yunque y miren lo que se mira. No sé si cansan a mirar a ustedes, pero mira. Me arrimo. Mira, mira. Mire. Se mira, es eso. Mira, se mete. Y no son rateros porque ya corrí para atrás, me metí con la troca y cada vez que me arrimo, se mira, ¡ay! ¡Ay! Y hace un ruido bien feo, la verdad. Y no son rateros, o sea, pues, no son los rateros. ¡Ay! ¡Qué feo se siente! Mire, atrás de la troca, mira. No, hombre. Me lo mando. Mire. ¡Ay! Con su madre. Me siento. Mire, allá está. Mira, se cambia de figura y luego. Mira. ¡Ay, güey! Ay, no tengo ni el valor de trancar la puerta. ¡Ay! ¡Qué feo se siente eso! ¡Ah! Y se me quedó el forklift sin gasolina, tengo que ir por gas a fuerzas. Y allá se mira eso. Dice, no, son rateros, no, ¿qué rateros? Te arrimas y se mueven y así. Ay. Yo tan miedoso que soy con esas cosas. Me pongo aquí en la luz y nada. Ay, qué...
Only got a notice on their garage camera and saw this after the encounter. They think it was a nahual, a creature or being from Mesoamerican folklore, associated with Aztec and Mayan cultures. It was in there the whole time and just feet away, starting out as an animal form first but then turns into a human. Nawal is often described as a shapeshifter, capable of transforming into animals such as wolves, jaguars, or other beasts, and is linked to sorcery and spirit.
On a quiet, empty street just before the break of dawn, security cameras recorded something no one could explain. The street appeared deserted, but the footage showed otherwise. Through the faint mist, a group of translucent figures seemed to walk together, moving calmly along the road before fading away into the distance. Their outlines were barely visible, and their steps made no sound. The sight was both haunting and mesmerizing, leaving those who watched the footage frozen with disbelief. It looked like a gathering of spirits passing through a place they once knew. Far away, a farmer had grown frustrated after losing his livestock night after night. He assumed it was the work of a wild predator, maybe a coyote, a wolf, or even a stray dog. To catch the culprit, he decided to set up cameras around his barn. When he checked the recordings the next morning, what he saw made his blood run cold. A large, shadowy creature appeared on the screen. It walked upright like a man, but its shape and features were more like a beast. It tore through the barn, sending the animals into a frenzy before vanishing into the night. The terrified farmer uploaded the video online, hoping someone could explain what he had witnessed.
Others believe it's an edited video, an AI video, artificial intelligence. But what do you think about this evidence? A real case? As I said, I don't have much information about this video, only these images that have been shared on the internet. But what about you? What's your opinion on this video?
It was nighttime and she had just finished taking the clothes off the clothesline. Then she sat down to rest for a while. She was looking at her phone when something very sinister happened. Pay attention to the evidence. The camera has audio, and it keeps picking up the sound of a child, even though she's home alone. Jessie was sitting and scrolling through her phone when suddenly, what looked like a hand appeared behind her and tried to touch her, causing her to jump up completely startled. She quickly gets up, looks around, and turns on the light but sees nothing strange. However, in the footage, we can clearly see what seems to be a hand trying to reach out toward her. Jessie says she was alone that night. No one else was in the house, so what was that thing that appeared behind her? The young woman's reaction looks completely genuine. She seems truly terrified by whatever happened. So what just took place here? What was that thing behind her? It's truly strange and frightening evidence. Home security cameras caught this man having a very strange encounter inside his own home. He was in the kitchen when something unexpected shocked him beyond belief. The fridge door was ripped off with force and thrown across the room, all caught on camera. He was so shocked he couldn't react to what just happened. Watch closely and decide for yourself. The following evidence was shared by a man who says his home's entryway camera recorded something very strange one night. A light appears in the courtyard near a tree. Out of nowhere, a glowy white figure emerges. It takes a few steps, then vanishes into thin air. The footage is difficult to see clearly due to camera quality, so some think it's just a visual effect, but others believe it's a ghost. These images were shared online and went viral, leaving everyone wondering what did she see that no one else could. This woman woke up looking completely different. She asked, "Am I turning into some kind of reptilian creature?" Information on this one is limited, but it's shocking to see. What do you think? Was it makeup? A Hollywood design? Or something else? Tell me in the comments. A video recorded in the Dominican Republic shows a horn that supposedly grew from a man's forehead. Could this be a coordinated hoax? Just makeup? Or maybe an AI-generated clip? That's for you to decide. As always, I only bring you the viral videos circulating on the internet. Whether they're real or fake, that's your call. Leave your thoughts in the comments. A woman shared a recording from her home security camera positioned at the front entrance. The footage shows her outside talking to someone when something suddenly appears and terrifies her. A person dressed in old-fashioned clothing slowly walks along the sidewalk. But the eerie part is, as the figure passes near the cars, it appears transparent. The woman can be seen reacting in shock, asking the man beside her if he also saw the figure. She later explained that she witnessed it with her own eyes and watched as it faded away right in front of her. When she posted the video online, many people commented claiming they had seen the same entity before, known as the Man in the Hat, a supposed supernatural figure often mentioned in South American legends. But was this really that same entity walking quietly down the street? The recording is eerie and disturbing, and as always, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Prepare to dive into the unknown. What you are about to see challenges everything we imagine about the supernatural. Be warned, these images will mess with your mind. Pay attention. The following case was shared by a young person. It was during a family member's birthday party. 2 photos were taken, but one of them remains unexplained to this day. The publication has 2 photos. The first one is normal, the birthday girl and the guests are smiling for the photo. In the second photo, taken just seconds later, something very strange appeared behind a woman dressed in blue. You can see what appears to be a white, pale, and sinister face staring directly at the camera. None of the guests knew this person, and no one remembers anyone being in that position at the time the photo was taken. The author said the photo is not artificial intelligence, and to this day, he is still scared, not knowing what appeared at that party. Could it be a supernatural presence? What do you think? A TikTok user shared that she was waiting to be seen by a doctor with her son. When a stretcher came out, an empty stretcher, the boy began to pray, and it was at that moment that something very sinister happened. Pay attention. The woman said there was no wind in that spot, nothing that could make the bed move like that. She didn't know what was happening, and that terrified her. How was that stretcher moving like that, seemingly on its own? Furthermore, she says that when she arrived at that place, she felt a very strange energy, a dark presence. Some people in the comments say that perhaps it could be the spirit of a person who passed away on that stretcher and is manifesting. But what do you think? This incident occurred during the construction of a house. During this construction, something very strange happened. The owner of the property installed a surveillance camera inside and outside the house to monitor the construction. And this camera sends a motion alert every time it detects a person. It was around 4 a.m. when the owner received a notification from the camera saying that someone was inside the house. He went to check and saw the following images. Pay attention to the evidence. At first, they thought it might just be light passing through the window and being detected by the camera's sensor. However, they tried to recreate the scene with a flashlight, but the camera didn't activate, ruling out the possibility of light. And upon reviewing the video, we can see a strange silhouette that appears to wander slowly through the house. So what would that be? Was it just a glitch in the camera system, or was it something supernatural appearing that night? What you are about to see recorded somewhere in Indonesia. A young woman was sleeping in her room when she woke up with a strange feeling. She felt she was being watched, and when she looked up, she saw something very strange at her window. She picked up the phone and started recording. But what could that have been? A figure with a white, pale face was standing there, staring directly at the young woman, leaving her astonished. Unless it's a staged video, it's very scary to wake up in the middle of the night and realize there's someone or something just a few meters away from you. You can clearly see an invisible force tugging the child downward, as if something was trying to drag him. According to the person who shared the video, nothing like this had ever happened before, and they still have no explanation for it. Terrified and confused, he has been searching for answers ever since. Was this a supernatural force? Some kind of entity? Or something else entirely? A similar case was reported by an American man who had recently moved into a house he believes is haunted. Feeling uneasy, he installed cameras throughout his home, and what he captured left him even more frightened. Strange orbs drift through the air in several recordings, doors slowly open with no one around, and at one point a dark shadow glides close to the floor as if passing right beneath the camera. In another clip, the man is seen working at his computer when the door behind him suddenly slams shut with tremendous force, causing him to jump in shock. In a third recording, he focuses his camera on the staircase, hoping to catch something unusual, and ends up documenting a humanoid shadow standing right in front of him. Shaken by the continuous activity, he now says he wants to move out as soon as possible. A series of disturbing events, objects moving without explanation, shifting shadows, and other forms of what he believes to be paranormal activity.
You're so
According to him, this happens almost every single night. Whether these recordings show real supernatural events or are simply staged is ultimately for you to decide. Get ready to explore a case that has left viewers puzzled for years. Whether it was just a person in a costume trying to scare the drivers, or if it was just a joke or a prank, it's quite scary. The pocong is one of Indonesia's most famous supernatural figures, rooted deeply in traditional Islamic burial customs. This trapped spirit is what people call the pocong, a ghost wrapped tightly in white cloth, unable to move its arms or legs. Sightings and tales have been passed down for generations, especially in rural villages, becoming a major part of Indonesian horror stories, movies, and urban legends. Could this be one of them? Imagine you're driving alone on a road and you come across something like this. A figure is coming towards you. What would your reaction be? Comment below and tell me. The following incident was posted on Reddit. He says he was passing near a square. It was night when he saw what appeared to be a group of people gathered in a circle. They were all wearing black. He found that quite strange. He quickly grabbed his phone and made this recording. Pay attention. But what could that have been? What were those people doing there in the middle of the night? The young man shared this video on social media, and many say that perhaps they were witches and maybe they were performing some kind of ritual in that square. That's quite interesting evidence. This is for those of you who don't believe in African magic.
Big. Let's leave her. Go. She's free.
Just explain to me what happened in that video. Now take a look at this other video that was published some time ago, but to this day remains a mystery to some people as well.
Smoke of the ancestors burn the darkness.
Several cities reported that night turned into day for a few seconds, and security cameras recorded the moment. Pay attention. But what happened in this footage? We can see surveillance cameras in different places, but night seems to become day. It looks like something passed through the sky, a very strong light that turned night into day. This case is a mystery that remains unexplained. What happened that night? What passed through the sky? The next case shows a woman who was returning home late from work. She parked her car in the yard and something caught her attention. She saw a figure inside her house. She quickly grabbed her phone and recorded this. Do you see it? There was someone inside her house. According to her, no one should have been there. The house was locked. Zooming in, we can see a pale white figure that seemed to have no face. For the homeowner, the only explanation was something paranormal, since when she approached, the house was still locked and everything was in place. And the strangest thing, no one was inside the house. So who or what was it?
¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Están trabajando, chicos? ¿Hay alguien ahí? Chicos. Chuy. Chuy. ¿Hay alguien ahí? Creo que me espantaron.
What happened here? Was it a staged video made to attract attention, or is that tunnel truly haunted by some supernatural presence?
¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Están trabajando, chicos? ¿Hay alguien ahí? Chicos.
Hello? Hello?
Look at this, recorded by the train tracks in Argentina. Many believe it to be the real apparition of a ghost. Pay attention. There should not be anyone there. And the scariest part of this story is that they say a person once had an accident at that exact spot, was run over by the train, and did not survive. Many believe it is the spirit of that person who died and now haunts that place. As I said, I do not have much information about this video. It was shared on social media, and they say it was recorded in Argentina. Was it a real ghost apparition? What was that thing that appeared by the tracks? It is a very sinister and eerie recording, and as we can see, the video seems real, not edited. Now the final word is yours. What do you think? Comment below. A home surveillance camera recorded a car parked in a garage. It was late at night when something very strange appeared. A face in the car, but the car was locked. No one should have been inside. Pay attention.
Na filmagem, aparece rosto.
Do you see it? A face appears in the footage, and the camera detects strange movement. Soon after, that face disappears from the window. This happens right after some smoke passes in the recording. What happened here? Paranormal evidence? Just an optical illusion? You decide. Something is happening to her hair. She notices it but fails to notice what is really happening in the room behind her. A dark figure was caught walking by. The resolution was too low for us to get a better look. Pay close attention. This evidence happened in Paraguay. A person driving along a road noticed something very strange. A figure, a young girl standing in front of a church late at night. Finding it strange, they grabbed their phone and started filming. Pay attention. A girl was alone in front of a church in the early hours of the morning. This terrified them. What was she doing there alone at that hour? Was it a ghost? What was it? The following video was recorded in June 2025 when two women who work at a circus saw something very strange at night, something walking around the circus. They believe it was an apparition of La Llorona. Pay attention. But what was that? Zoom in. We can see a white silhouette in the bushes. They're convinced it is La Llorona, since the video was recorded in Mexico and La Llorona is well known there. But was this a real apparition of La Llorona? What was that walking around the circus?
Holy Spirit, drive it out! Leave this child of God! Holy Spirit, drive it out! Leave this child of God!
The next case was recorded by a woman in France. She was at work and looked out the window and saw something very strange in the sky. She quickly grabbed her phone and recorded this. Look closely. Thanks to the image quality, zooming in lets us see more detail of that figure in the sky among the clouds. A very strange figure. Some say they see a silhouette of a person wearing a dark cloak. Others say it is just a drone. And you? What do you think it is? Some say it is an apparition of a UFO. What is your opinion? Comment below. In 2018, on a coastal beach, swimmers captured another unusual scene. Inside a high wave, a dark silhouette moved with the current, partially hidden by water. Witnesses described the shape as humanoid, but with clearly aquatic features, possibly a predator or marine creature not yet cataloged, using the waves as camouflage. Locals recognized the pattern and claimed to have seen similar figures before, reinforcing the belief that something hunts near that stretch of coast. Since then, many swimmers and kayakers have begun avoiding the area. 2 years ago, in Perth, Australia, a man took his small boat out to relax in the Indian Ocean under a cloudy sky. As the sun began to set, he noticed a dark figure in the distance near the horizon. Zooming in with his camera, the shape became clear. It looked like a slender person walking on the surface of the sea. The long arms moved strangely, and the head seemed to follow the boat's movement. Terrified, the man returned to shore immediately. Experts who analyzed the video suggested it could have been a merman or some humanoid species originating from the deep. Another mystery involves the legendary megalodon. Although science claims the prehistoric giant disappeared millions of years ago, fishermen recorded images of a massive fin cutting through the Pacific waters. At first, the group believed it was a great white shark, until they realized it exceeded any known size. Soon, more videos began appearing online. Beachgoers watching in disbelief as a colossal shape approached the coast. A huge creature bursting through a canal gate with its enormous fin visible above the water. No full body was ever recorded, but the visible scale alone was enough to send chills down observers' spines. Marine biologists began investigating how such a massive animal could suddenly appear near a California harbor. Seconds later, they disappeared back into the depths. Many believed they had witnessed an unknown species. Others claimed it may have been the legendary Caradog serpent, a mystical being associated with the region for decades. In 2003, during a nighttime rescue off the coast of the United Kingdom, a Coast Guard team experienced something outside all protocol. They were called to rescue a supposed man overboard, but the figure they found did not behave like a person in distress. It floated motionless, then slowly turned towards the searchlights, revealing 2 pale, glowing eyes. As the crew prepared to hoist it aboard, the entity dived, revealing what looked like a fishtail before disappearing into the dark. The case was quickly classified, although a short segment of footage leaked years later, sparking intense debate and leading many to speculate that it could be the first real evidence of a mermaid-like creature.
Alright, what the hell is that?
Okay, that was... Oh, nope.
A group of friends was rehearsing a dance for a school presentation, but something sinister passed behind them at the top of the frame. Watch closely. You saw a strange figure move from one side to the other. Well, this video went very viral online. It looks like an alien escorted by military officers. It went viral, and many believe it's real.
Moving by itself.
The next evidence happened in a boxing ring. A photographer took a picture during a match, but in that photo, something appeared that shocked everyone. In the picture was a pale white girl standing in the middle of the ring. The strange thing is the photographer said there was no girl there. At the moment of the photo, no one was up there except the fighters and the authorized staff. Besides, children aren't allowed in the ring during a championship. This case is extremely bizarre and frightened many people. What made it even stranger was that the photographer researched the place and found out that many years ago it was a sanatorium where many sinister things had happened. After learning that, he became convinced the girl in the photo was a ghost.
What was that? Hello? Is someone... Ah! No! Let go! Oh my god! Oh my god!
The next video was recorded by an infrared camera where a woman tries to contact entities she says are in her house. In the video, she sits on the couch to do that, and that's when a hand appears trying to grab her head. Watch closely.
Who is it that keeps bothering me? Who is it? Oh my god. Who is it? Question mark. Oh. My God.
There isn't much info about this video. They say it was filmed inside a hospital and that the man walking by had died one day earlier. That's why the receptionist reacted in shock, because she recognized the spirit of that man. I don't know if this story is real or fake, but imagine the scene. It gives chills just thinking about it. A young woman working as a cleaner in a hospital went to clean the bathroom. When she finished, she took a photo of the room. Later, when reviewing the picture, she saw something very strange. She wanted to send the photo to her supervisor to show the bathroom was clean. But something very strange appeared in the mirror's reflection. In that mirror reflection, you can see what looks like the face of a young girl. A girl staring directly into the camera. Now who, if she was alone cleaning the bathroom that night, Was it a ghost? A supernatural presence? We imagine about the supernatural. The next video became viral on social media. It shows 3 women who are praying when suddenly something happens that leaves them completely terrified. Pay attention. Dimmerpertriter Sanctific, Vermel appeared out of nowhere, coming through the window at high speed. Some say it could be a demonic entity that showed up because they were praying. Others say it's just an edited video, maybe an AI-made clip. But what do you think? What's your opinion about this case? Comment down below. This happened while a woman was at work. She and her friend were sitting when she asked to borrow his stapler. And that's when something strange and completely abnormal happened. The man looked for the stapler but couldn't find it, until suddenly it appeared out of nowhere. It showed up on the table, leaving both of them shocked. Watch this. Out of nowhere, the stapler appears on the table, making a noise. This left both of them scared, not understanding what happened here. In slow motion, we can see that there was nothing on the table, and suddenly that stapler appears. Many comments say it's a glitch in reality, the famous Matrix error, because the video is very strange and has no explanation. How did it appear so suddenly? But what do you think about this case? As always, you have the last word, so comment below your opinion. The video shared by a mother named Gina. She always liked recording videos of her daily life to post on social media. But one day, she posted a video that caught the attention of all her followers. She recorded it while she was alone, just her and her baby. But something else appeared in the recording. Pay close attention to the evidence. A family was at home enjoying a party. Everyone was together listening to music and having fun when they suddenly decided to take a selfie to save the moment. They kept enjoying the party. Everything was normal, but the next day, when they checked the photos, they were terrified because something very sinister appeared. In the back of the photo was a face watching them, a completely strange and frightening face. No one knew that woman. So how did she show up? Whose face was that, if there was no one in that place? Some say it might have been just a light reflection caused by the camera lens. Others say it was just a joke in editing. And some believe it was a real apparition, a spirit that manifested during the photo. But what do you think of this photo? A new trend is growing in popularity online recently. People are recording themselves trying the ghost chair challenge. How it works is that you place a chair in a closed room with no windows and only one entrance and exit, like a basement. Then you call out to any spirits that might be in the room. You challenge them to show themselves by moving the chair, all the while recording the entire thing. What do you think of this?
Hello? If there's anybody down here with me, any spirit or whatever, you can show yourself, move something, knock on a wall, I'm giving you permission, any sign at all. Oh crap! No way! Okay, no, I'm out! Okay, if there's like anyone down here with me, any spirit or whatever, you can show yourself, move something, knock, I don't care, just let me know you're here. Hello? Yo! No, oh my god! Okay, if there's like anyone down here with me, any spirit or whatever, you can show yourself, move something, knock, I don't care, just let me know you're here. Hello? Yo! No, oh my god!
This video went very viral online. It looks like an alien creature being escorted by military officers. It went viral, and many believe it's real. Some say it looks real, others more likely want to believe it is an AI-generated video because it might be too strange to be real. What do you think? A man living in a house in the countryside installed a security camera facing the entrance. Everything was normal until one night the camera detected movement, as if someone had entered the yard. Scared, he checked the recording and saw something strange. A pale humanoid figure walked slowly from side to side in front of his house until it disappeared without a trace. Another video recorded inside a house, where a security camera captured a strange figure walking at night. Pay close attention. A white figure appears to walk through the hallways, moving from room to room, a translucent humanoid silhouette wandering inside the house. The owner said it couldn't have been a person. No one else was home at the time. He said there are more cameras, but only this one captured the presence. So what is it? A ghost? Check out this video. A woman was filming a house that was on fire. The house caught fire in the middle of the night, so she decided to record the scene with her phone. But she captured something very strange. She was filming the house burning when what looks like a face appeared, a face very close to the flames. Now, how could that be possible? How could someone be that close to the fire? Some believe it's just an optical illusion. Others say it's something supernatural. Whatever it is, the footage is quite strange and mysterious, and I am interested in your opinion down in the comments, because as always, you have the final word.
An exorcism at a church somewhere in Brazil. The woman, seemingly possessed, crawls on the floor like an animal. All the time, she is hissing and screaming as the priest follows her, holding up a crucifix. That was when the bizarre happened.
In a bizarre video, a man recorded himself at home and noticed something unsettling. His reflection appeared multiple times performing the same action simultaneously. He wasn't sure if this was a camera glitch or something paranormal, but he insisted it had never happened before. The following case is also extremely unusual. It was shared by a man who was doing some housework when something strange happened with a bucket of water. His attention was caught immediately, and he grabbed his phone to record what was happening. When he placed the bucket on the floor, the water suddenly began moving on its own, spinning in a circular motion as if an invisible hand were stirring it. He even placed another bucket beside it to show that only one bucket was behaving that way. Now the question becomes, why was this happening? Some believe it could be an unknown physical phenomenon, while others suggest it might be the result of spiritual or supernatural energy. What could explain it? Did a paranormal manifestation occur? Was it some glitch in reality? This strange event went viral across social media, leaving many people puzzled and curious. Gator decided to explore an abandoned prison, and while there, he captured something chilling that he later shared online, frightening many viewers. A heavy iron door suddenly moves on its own. Could the wind have caused such a heavy door to shift, especially when the room had no windows or openings for air to pass through? If the video was not edited or staged, something very unsettling might have been recorded. Could it be a true paranormal manifestation inside that old prison?
What the? That's some creepy ass shit. Hold on, I want to see this shit. Ain't none of this. I am.
Recorded somewhere in a city in Mexico, where a home security camera captured a strange figure walking in the middle of the road at night. It was dark, and the bizarre sight even scared the dogs inside the house. In the recording, we can see the mysterious shape walking right down the street, but the camera does not clearly show the entire figure. It seems to show only what looks like the legs moving from one side to the other, enough to leave the dogs completely shocked. The question is, what exactly was that? Was it just a normal person and the camera failed to capture the rest of the body? Or could it have been something supernatural? This footage still has no official explanation to this day, but I want to know your thoughts, viewers of All of Fear. What do you think it was? They say animals have the ability to see spirits, and many videos online seem to support this idea. In the next example, captured by a household security camera, something creepy happened late at night. The family dog seemed to see something that, according to the homeowner, might have been a ghost. In the audio, you can hear a woman's voice saying, "Come," as if calling to the dog, and the dog clearly responds to that strange presence. The man says he was alone in the house that night, meaning nobody else could have spoken. So, who was the voice calling to the dog?